morning, Joel.
Good morning.
How are you?
Awesome.
This is Joel Smarter. He's a real estate agent extraordinaire, and his passion and energy is just amazing. So today I'm so excited to be talking to him about how he's grown his brand exponentially, because I think your brand has just blown. What you've done, how you've used social media as a tool, and what we can learn from you as an agent. So first and foremost, I'd like to know, what is a brand to you? How do you define a brand?
Thank you for welcoming me here. And if you Google the brand name, there's a way it defines itself. For me, a brand is what people see or think about you when you're not there. That's a brand. So if you're known for, say, you sell shoes, when people think about you when you're not there and they're not looking at your page and your shoes and all that, or your company, they should know this particular person is represented in this shoe. Like the way Apple, or Apple as some of you might call it.
Apple.
Yeah, some of you, Apple depends on where you went to school. In Africa, my friend.
That one.
So it depends, like the way they represent themselves. Steve Jobs used to put it in a very simple way. I'm building a company with gadgets for people who have no limit to what they want to do. So any person who holds a Mac, an iPhone, they feel like they have a sense of belonging to do something great. Any other company that just does the normal marketing, you don't feel like if you have I would not say any other company's name, but you don't feel like you have a sense of relation with them. You get? So the brand.
So it's a feeling?
A brand is normally a feeling.
It's a feeling.
It grows to a level where, if your brand grows to a level where people dictate how it's supposed to be, now I can confidently say you've made it. So right now we're still building it. What
feeling do you want your brand to evoke in people?
I want, if that question, that's a very broad question. But
a specific feeling you want people to feel when they're with the Joel Smarter brand. What feeling do you want to evoke?
As simple as this. Anytime you think about me, anytime you think Joel Smarter, you're thinking of a house, thinking of property, I want you to just think of easiness, like take it, have fun. Because we have in real estate, we have this notion of dress up, suits, high heels and all that. It's so serious, yet people have no clue what they're doing. I'm very serious. You meet clients and they have no clue what they're doing. They don't know how the process works, nothing. You meet agents who don't know what the process is. So anytime you come to my channel or you talk to me, I want you to feel so easy, so comfortable.
Relaxed.
Yeah. That is a brand I want to put out there in the entire world. Let buying a house get to a point where it's like buying clothes. It's hard. It's very hard to do that. But in other countries, you will find buying that house, as long as you have the money or you have you've been pre-approved, it becomes easier. Because once you get the house, put in an offer, property is in escrow, by the time you close, it's easy. It might take 2-3 months, but you know the duration, it will not extend. Here.
So what are some systems you've put in place to evoke that feeling of ease, creating confidence in your buyers and making the process a smooth one? What are some of the systems you've put in place for your business?
First of all is what I put out.
Yeah.
The energy you're talking about that I put out there.
Yeah.
When you watch my videos, if you haven't watched, you please do. When you watch the videos,
link below.
When you watch the videos, I don't hide it. I'll say it as it is. I work in this particular area. If you're asking for houses in another place, I will not take you there because I don't want to go there. I want to first understand one area first, so that if you ask me even about the history of that area, I know. You ask me what's coming up in like a year or two, and I already have the info. I know. You ask me what's the best way to invest there, I can easily direct you. That's the first thing. Number two.
So specialization.
Yeah, just specialize in one thing. Stop being...
Which areas do
here.
you specialize in as per now?
As per now, Kilimani, Kileleshwa, and Laviton. Ngong Road up to a certain point.
Wapi?
Junction Mall. That's it. I don't want to pass there. Don't even ask me about after.
Not even Karen?
No, not now. I've tried it. I've tried being everywhere. You don't sell.
What are the advantages of specializing in your experience?
Work becomes easier.
How?
Becomes very easy. Let me answer you in this way. So if you ask me about property, where do you want to specialize in a certain area? I want to know everything there is about that particular area, so that any competition I might have around there, I can kill it in an instant like this. But if I'm everywhere, yet I'm still alone as one agent, I can't do that. There is no way you can know the property of this country, all of it. It's very hard to do. You have to have a team. You have to have a system within that team, so that you exclude yourself from a certain area, so you have one particular person for every area. That's why you should need to specialize on one thing.
And why did you choose that area? Lavington, Kilimani, up to Junction. Why did that area pique your interest?
I'll say it as it is. I won't mask it and all that. That's where property is selling and has been selling for the last 3 years. Property there has been moving. I've seen blocks of building. Even before the developer puts it down, all the studios are gone. In Kilimani, I've seen houses, 4 bedrooms. A whole block goes before they even get to the second floor in that area. In other areas also, there's a lot of demand for houses there. And
so for an agent who's looking to build their brand, they would need to find an area with high demand and then specialize in that area.
Yes.
Yeah?
No. Yes, because technically you want to make money as fast as possible. Yes. No, because if you want to go to that area, you need to learn a lot about the area, which takes a long time and takes a lot of making a lot of mistakes and all that, but eventually it will come. Yeah, but the best way I would advise any agent, specialize in an area you know property is moving. You can't go to sell property in, say, Turkana, and people are not buying houses there. What's the point? You'll never make money.
So choosing the area you sell in is very important.
Very, very important. Stop being everywhere. Choose one. It becomes so easy. I've made that mistake. Easier. For years, I've made that mistake. And you don't sell. Oh yes, you go broke. People see you out here, you go broke. Because you're everywhere, trying to rush to this one, this one, this one, this. No. Unless you get just to end this, there are some clients you'll get that are very specific. I've been watching you, I've been following you, I want you. But they want in an area you have no clue about.
How do you handle that?
Now, that's where now diversification comes in. But don't dwell much on it. Here is me, what personally I do. I make sure the client understands I don't know the area.
First and foremost.
I don't know the area. I don't have
and
houses
you're very
there.
frank with that.
Yeah. There's one I'm working with right now for a property in South Sea. I hope I can show it when we start the process itself. I told the guy I don't know South Sea very well. I don't have property there. If you've ever seen my channel, I don't have property there. I've sold property there before, but I've never specialized in it. He
That's
understood.
honest.
Yeah, he understood. But he told me now, I like you. I just like you, the way you talk, I just
so
like
we'll figure it out.
So I told him, this is what I'll do for you. Since we're here now and we're talking and all that, this is what I'll do. You'll give me time. You stop looking for houses. You have to sign a client to you. The way I was telling you in other states, there is a way they operate. If you're my client, you're my client alone. I'm not sharing with this agent.
You want some loyalty.
Yeah. Vusi Tembehoya, shout out to this guy, great guy. There's something he says about what you've just said. There is no such thing as customer loyalty.
There's no?
Such thing as customer loyalty.
There's what?
Customers are habitual. They're not loyal to you. Let me explain. Nakumat went. I personally loved Nakumat.
And there'll never be another supermarket like Nakumat.
Stopped,
ever.
No, let me tell you. The minute they closed up shop, Did we stop buying things? We went to other supermarkets. What does that tell you? There's no such thing as loyalty. I'm just habitual. I love going there because maybe I'm treated a certain way. Maybe I'm given points. Maybe there's a certain cashier who looks pretty and I like seeing her every time. Yeah, it's true.
So small things.
The small things. There's some hotels, even clubs. You'll go to, men, especially men, go to a certain clubs because of a certain person.
Lady. And barber shops.
Yeah, and barber shops. Even ladies, you go to make your nails
your nail
somewhere
person.
because there's that one person. It's not that you do anything.
Who takes care of you?
It's not that they do anything. You do anything bad with them. It's just that there's a certain way you're treated.
That makes you feel good.
Yeah. But if that person lives there, it will just easily stop. You'll stop going there. There's that one particular thing that takes you there. If it's not there or you find it somewhere else, you'll easily move. The same as dealing with a certain client. I want you to be with me. If I'm not worth it, if I prove to not be worth it for you, we can easily part ways. But
after how long? What time frame do you give them?
It depends on the client, where they're coming from, whether they're in the country or not, whether they're going to travel here or not. So it depends on the person. It's normally between 2 to 6 months.
2 to 6 months.
Yes.
Of exclusivity.
Yeah. And I'll do everything for you. I'll research for you. I'll talk to people for you. I'll look at even your lawyer and tell you whether he's lying to you or not. Because as much as I want to make the sale, I want you to sit down somewhere and be saying, is that guy sometime back we bought a house and he's a very nice guy, he talks, he did this for me. And I want that. As young people, we have this problem of you want to do it now. I want this now. Today is Tuesday. I want us to go out today. I've met this. I'm relating all this to relationship-wise because sales is a relationship business. You want to get it now. No. Get the person to not like you per se, but understand this is our business. You like me, I like you. I want your money, you want the house. The seller wants the money, your money, and me, I want both of your money. But I want, after the sale is done, I want the owner to be happy. I want you to be happy, the buyer, and I also want to go home happy.
Everyone, a win-win.
A win-win situation. It's a very hard thing to do, but it's possible based on how you approach a client. It is very easy to tell the person first, I don't know how to do this, but I get it for you. Can you give me this duration of time? And then when you promise such thing, please follow up and do it.
Upon your kazi inaanza sasa.
I have lost clients before. I have lost so many clients because of promising that and then not doing it. You get to a point where you do that one person, another one, another. People know people. People know each other. This is a very small world. Very small. So you keep doing that, messing up. If you do it for 10, 15 years, you will kill yourself. Yeah. Kill yourself, not literally speaking.
Kill your brand, dilute
business.
your brand.
Yeah, you'll kill it completely. So as much as you might lose a client, go back. Lower your ego, go back. Tell the client, I messed up, I did this for you, but we didn't follow through, we didn't close and all that. Let them understand. Even if they don't buy from you ever, at least they'll go out there knowing, this guy didn't follow up, didn't close for me, but he came and talked to me and told me
and
why.
Clients, and you know the beauty of real estate, no interaction is wasted, ever.
Yeah, ever.
Even the person who doesn't buy or rent from you, like 2 months later, they'll refer someone to you.
Always.
So you should never feel like you're wasting your time. Because they have a friend, a sister, a brother.
Yeah.
There's someone who's moving.
Good. Yeah.
And then always
talk.
Refer you.
There's I don't remember whether it's a book or somebody who said this. There's a saying that goes, it's the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. There's a law there that says, you want to go for, create a cult, create a following. As we call it a following, it's the same thing as a cult, just that we name cults as a bad thing. It's just a name. It's the same. There's the way you
That's a
use.
fanatic following. Loyal,
Here's
dedicated,
how-
committed.
Yeah, how you do that is when these guys are watching the video right now, the agents and all that, the salespeople, when you're putting out material out there, nobody's actually talking to the person that you're showing the videos. The person watching is just watching you. What do they see? Once they get that,
Yeah.
make those people your salespeople. Okay? So here's what I mean. I've put out a video selling property. So I've convinced the viewer I'm the best. I'm the best sales agent in Africa. How will I make them talk to their friends, to their family, to their lovers?
Advocate for you.
Yeah, talk. Like even somebody mentions you're smarter in a bad way, where they are, they like even beat the person up.
Because it's not true.
Yeah, because it's not true. They are like politics. You know, one of these baba. You talk
Fanatics.
something bad about the guy.
Anaweza talia.
That guy
Anaonekana
can
you've
even beat you
insulted
up.
them.
Yeah.
It's an insult.
It's because he learned how to create that following. Even when I am not there, you love me. You'll appreciate anything. If I say stand up, you all stand up and not question me. It's because you learn, once you understand how to do that, just by talking to people, talking to clients, just doing your videos, things will become easier for you out there. Because you'll find deals coming to you. without
Real
even
estate
you
is a
doing it.
referral business, right?
It's a referral business, and it's more
And
of
a
a
trust
relationship.
business.
If I don't trust you,
I'll never close with you.
I won't even bother
Even
talking
if you
about
show me what.
Even if you show me the best deal in town, you tell me there is a 3-bedroom in Kilimani for 6
Hot
million.
deal.
I will not buy it from you.
How
I'll
do you build
go.
trust? On that note,
Build trust.
How do we build trust as real estate agents? How do we build trust with clients? What has been your formula?
I can't say I have a particular formula. It's the school of life per se. The same way, I'll keep using relationship, because sales and relation, it's one and the same thing.
It is, because your
it
clients
is one-
need to like you.
Yeah. They need to even love you.
And then after they like you, they need to trust you,
Yes. Let me tell you.
be comfortable with you.
Let me tell you what happens. When it comes to trust, the same way you meet someone.
Yeah.
We meet today. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you meet a guy today. The first conversation you have develops to the second one, the third one. If I have a first date with you, it will determine whether when I call you next time, you'll pick up and actually say, okay, we can even meet somewhere else. The same thing as when you want to build a trust in a business, in real
In a
estate.
business relationship.
That first call, the first call you get, make sure that person goes feeling like, yes, I found the guy, I found the agent, this is my agent.
You have to make an impression right off the bat.
Immediately.
How do you do that?
Now that one there's so many things.
For
but
example, like 2-3 things you
just,
can do.
if I can just point out 3. Number 1, know your stuff. You have to know your stuff. Like the way I was talking about, know your area, know your stuff. Know your business in and out. You're selling
Be
houses.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, you're selling houses. Where, how, when I get it, what happens? How do you market, all that? Know your stuff. Number 2, know you. You. There's a person who, I think we were talking about this earlier before it started the video. The person asked me, would you buy from yourself?
That's a big question.
Yeah, like
Ujiulize tu.
like a twin from some Pluto or some other Mars somewhere comes and sits you down and you're selling property and it's exactly you. Will they buy from you? If you answer, don't lie to yourself.
Be honest.
I wouldn't. No, be very honest. Would you, looking the way you look, and here it's not about physical looks. It's the way you express yourself, the way you talk.
Your
to
knowledge
people,
of the market.
the things you know, how interactive you are with the other person. Would you buy from yourself? Number 3.
Yes.
Very, very serious, and people take this lightly. Stop hindering yourself from. It's like you're in a certain cocoon.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to people, you're expecting a certain thing.
Entitlement?
No. It's like you have a certain expectation from the person, the client, everybody else. You need to understand, in this world, nobody gives a... Nobody.
You provide value first.
Nobody cares about you. Clients don't care about you. You need to understand that. And stop lying to yourself that I've met a client, she's so good, she's nice to me. Even the first time we met, she bought me lunch.
Hakuna.
People don't care about you. Because when you go into this business with that mentality that I met a very nice guy, people are generally nice when they're dealing with a lot of money because they want to see what kind of a person they're dealing with. So I'll come to you, I'll even take you for lunch. We meet in Kempinski. If you met such clients, take you to Kempinski so that they portray a certain image, but never buy. They never buy. You wonder, they just went quiet. You try to call, try to text, nothing. Yet you don't ask yourself, why? It's because they looked at you, they talked to you, and they're like,
didn't
this
click.
guy.
I'm
can't buy
click.
from this, yeah. It's not.
And the clicking has to be there, right?
Yeah. So,
and it's both sides.
Yeah.
Sindio? Because especially when you're a new real estate agent, sometimes you stick with clients who are not a good match for you.
Yeah.
Even though they have money. They might not be a good match for you. So it's a two-way to find out, are you good for me? And am I good for you?
Yeah.
And then if we are, then we proceed.
Then you can click and you can proceed. And it becomes so easy to do business when you understand those three things. If there's a saying that goes, successful people. No, let's start with quitters. Quitters, if there is such a name, Google it, I don't know. But quitters think that in business, they think with emotion. So you go into a deal, or you go into a meeting with your emotions. So if a client tells you, I have a deposit of 20%, so I can pay that and then pay the rest within 20 days and all that, your emotions are boiling. You started even planning, building. They used to be told building castles in the air. You started even planning. I'll buy a Mercedes Benz.
You called the dealer already. You called an invoice.
You called Anthony on Ngong Road. Told him now. Let me tell you, I set out that car. I want that car. By next month, I'll have that car. Those are quitters. That deal will not go through. And if you've not been through this yet, I'm sorry for you, because you will cry. Most of you cry. Some of you go into depression and all that, but successful people, this is the difference between a quitter and a successful person. Successful people go into a deal with their priorities at hand. I have to pay my assistant, I have to pay fuel for my car, I have to do this and this and this. So if this deal does not work out, I have another one somewhere. If this one doesn't work out, I have another. They have 3, 4, 5 deals. So they're not going into that business deal thinking this is it. This is my client. This one.
To change my life.
Hivi. The way Kenyans say, shika hivi, haki. Like, no. You don't go into a deal like that. And that's the difference between a quitter and a successful person. That's the only difference, by the way. It's not that some of them went to Harvard, this one went to some Kakajua Kali school somewhere. No.